So we'll see how that goes. Welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Time for our, I don't know, are we doing this bi-weekly or monthly or whatever? Monthly update from the Haven of Hope. And Anita Braun is with us. You were telling me that I shared with that my mother-in-law's maiden name is Braun, which I believe stands for Braun or translates into Braun when you're in Germany.
It does.
And you lived in Germany for a while. Yeah.
And you answer to Braun when your last name is Braun.
So they don't say Braun.
They don't play that game. No.
They don't, not in Germany there. So it's still spelled the same way, but they say
Braun.
Braun. Okay. Well, I guess it's close.
I know. I learned to answer to either one.
Either one. Just don't call me late for suppers, right. I think is the phrase.
Good morning.
So how you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Good.
Very, very well. Things are... So much is going on at Haven of Hope. If anybody's been driving down Ritchie Street, you've seen just a beehive of activity. There are contractors all over the place and getting everything wrapped up. They've been pouring concrete and getting ready to do asphalt soon. Our landscaping starts next week. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, very exciting times to be able to just drive down the road and see it.
Yeah. Well, I occasionally get to drive out that way, but usually it's after work hours, so I don't ever see anything going on other than, well, one thing you'll see after hours is electricity is on in the office building because it's all lit up, making sure everything is working properly. So it's a beacon on the hill right now. Well, that's pretty neat. So where are we at in the construction process for the Haven of Hope? Because last time you were on, they were hoping to have it ready to go this fall or, here in the next couple of months. So that's still the plan. And we still plan to have our first residents move in November. Okay. We're just, like I said, wrapping up the final stages that takes place in construction projects. Yeah. They always find something that they forgot about or something that that crew was supposed to take care of it, and little things like that, right? And the world that we're living in today is, there's issues with supply chain, and there's nothing that we can do but wait for the supplies to arrive. Wow. So that is an issue. But yeah, it's construction. It's construction. So it'll be done when it's done, right? That's right. Yeah. That's right. And our people will be served starting in November per plan. Now, you were out at Red Dirt Black Gold with a little informational booth. Yes. And as you go out and about to the community, I'm sure you've talked to different groups and organizations, just education and what is some of the common questions that you get, or I don't know if they're misconceptions, but they're just maybe a lack of awareness of what the Haven of Hope is. That's been a lot of what I've talked about. It's funny you ask that. You've not been to any of my presentations, but that is exactly what I want to talk about, because so many people do have assumptions about who we are and what we are and who we serve. Some people think that we're a domestic violence shelter. No, we're not. Artesia already has Grammy's House, and it does a fine job. So they will serve that purpose. But we are a place for women to live if they're in financial crisis. I've met people that have college degrees that are employed. It's just housing is so expensive for them and their children that this would be perfect for them. When you're looking at your budget, if you're spending more than 25 to 30% of your salary on your housing, you're out of whack. And some of these girls that I've been talking to, and I'm talking about single women with children, they're spending 50% or more of their monthly salary and all other income sources toward housing. Wow. You can never get ahead that way. Right. So Haven of Hope is a place for people to live and take a break from that financial pressure. They do take some ownership by paying $50 a month to live there, but we can help them learn how to budget and plan and save. In fact, we require them to save 30% or more of their salary every month. And our family life coordinator will be working very closely with them to make sure that happens. And speaking of family life coordinator, that was a staff position that I have been looking for. In fact, I was told at my second interview that I would be on a unicorn hunt because it's going to be so hard to find this family life coordinator employee. Right. Well, thanks to your listeners, I found her. You found one? Right here in Artesia. You found a unicorn. Yeah, I did. She was living here the whole time. We just didn't know it, but
friends of hers knew who she was, and they brought her to me.
Wow.
And she starts working on October 11th, which, drum roll, is my birthday. So what a great birthday gift for us. Because we're not, besides having the building under construction, we can't serve our residents without that staff position. So now we're just sitting on go.
Good.
Yeah.
So you have your staff position filled. You're waiting for the construction crews to get everything done. How about residents? Have you found, have people been applying for?
Yes.
Have people been reaching out to Haven of Hope and applying for?
Yeah, applications are starting to come in, and we can still take more. In fact, I've been telling people that October 1st is our deadline for this first wave of people to come in, but we always want to have people that are interested applying because we never know. Someone might move in and after a month decide, oh, this really isn't a fit for me.
Right.
Or we might decide that for them because we do have a lot of criteria and rules that people need to abide by.
Sure.
So we always want to have people that thinking that we could help them reaching out to us.
So you're not full yet, but you have applications that are coming in. Have you awarded the first family yet? Has that been
Not
selected?
Yet. I
working
want
on
to
that?
make that decision process a team effort between me and the FLC. So of course nothing's going to be decided until mid-October.
Okay. So as these families move in, and when we say families, this is the mother and
children
and the kids, not the husband, the boyfriend.
Nope. This is only for single women and their children.
And children. So there's going to be a lot of family planning or financial planning, or what type of training, if for lack of a better word, or education are they going to be receiving while they're staying?
So our plan is every week there's Tuesday night is what our plan is to have a learning community time, and we're going to start with the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University.
Okay.
And everyone is required to go through that. So we're all on the same page, and we understand what we need to do to take care of our budgets and planning for the future. If there are other life skills that the residents want, we'll get them connected to that. In fact, I want to have almost like not student council, but a community council for them to tell us what they're looking for. The last thing in the world I want to do is impose my values on someone else. We want to serve them where they are.
Right.
Like I was talking about the girl who I was talking to, who has a college degree and has a job. She's at a much different level than someone who might have stopped going to school in 10th grade. So we need to listen to everyone's needs.
But the financial advice, or at least the Dave Ramsey program, applies to any one of those categories. So.
In fact, I just recently went through that myself, so I could be a good steward within our program to make sure I understood what we were talking about. And yes, why did I wait this long to learn some of these lessons?
Yeah.
But I did. And I think that's what all of us find, that budgeting and financial management sometimes doesn't happen until you're in a place where it's like, oh.
Yep, got a problem here.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to reach out and find some help.
Yeah, we're being proactive with these ladies too, so they don't get themselves painted into a corner once they leave Haven of Hope. They will have a healthy, successful future.
And you've talked about that before. It's the period of time that a family will stay there. It's not ongoing forever. At some point in time, they're going to hopefully achieve the success that they need and then move on to another situation. So as the program is being put together, what length of time do you anticipate residents will stay with you?
We're saying 18 to 24 months.
Okay.
Everyone's going to be on a different path, though. So within our case management, those will be decisions and discussions every month about where are we, what else needs to be done, are we ready?
Yeah. Okay. But hopefully by 24 months.
Probably by 24 months, our vision is that these women are going to be able to fearlessly lead their own family and just have the kind of future that everyone looks for.
Okay. And you've talked about this before. How many families? I know it depends on the number of kids, but how many different families do you hope to be able to accommodate at any one time? Well,
our cottage is set up with 6-bedroom suites. So ultimately it could be 6 families. But like you said, if there's a large family with, 4 or 5 kids, we would need to combine rooms, so that would take us down to 5.
Okay.
Now, this is just phase 1. We do have plans for phase 2 and phase 3 of construction to add another cottage and then add some duplexes for people that are moving through a program into more independence but still need to be tied to the program a little bit longer.
Okay. So when you say in a cottage setting, can you kind of describe what that means?
I can.
Okay.
So I have been in our cottage numerous times. It's a large building. It's like 8,100 square feet.
Oh, wow.
It's like one entire hallway is almost like a hotel hallway with 6 bedrooms, 3 on each side. Going down the opposite side of the building, we have a community hangout space for the kids. We have a quiet study space for mom that's glassed in. They can still see kids. Kids can see mom, but it's quiet. We have a large living room area, a large shared dining room area. I mean, it's so big that it holds 2 massive dining room tables, a very, very large kitchen, a community kitchen with 5 refrigerators. I mean, you wouldn't believe the cabinetry. They're so big it has 2 islands in it. I just can't wait for you to get in there to see this.
Well, you were talking before, I think, on the last report that the cabinets had either arrived or they were being installed, and so they're in now.
They are in.
And look great. So when they're hungry, what do they do for mealtime? They come to the community kitchen.
The moms are going to be responsible for their own groceries,
right?
So they'll just go in and cook a meal or get a snack for their own family.
But not in the bedroom.
No. We do have a rule about that because we need to protect our property and make sure that bugs don't come in and all of that. So no food is allowed in the bedrooms. In fact, we only want to have them drinking water in the bedrooms to keep the messes down. But yeah, we have bar stools and all around those islands, and people can just hang out. Just like in a home, there's going to be rules. I don't know about your house, but Mom didn't allow us to eat on the furniture or on the carpet. We had to be, we used to call it the hard floor.
Well, there's, what was the term, sinkies?
I don't know that term.
They eat over the sink.
Oh.
You're in such a hurry, you just grab it out of the fridge, eat over the sink, and then you go on. I think they're called sinkies. Or maybe in the car, you eat like yesterday I had to eat the chicken nuggets in the car on the way to Roswell.
I was in a woman's car yesterday who had a special chicken nugget sauce holder in her car.
Is that right?
And you could alter it for Chick-fil-A or McDonald's sauce cups. Life is good, isn't it?
That's funny. I wasn't given any sauce. I was not trusted with the sauce. I just had the nuggets and the fries in a bucket there on the center console. So
that's what I told her. I don't even order the sauce because I know how messy I am.
Yeah.
But now I know about these sauce holders. My life might have changed just now.
That's truly amazing. But as far as the residents, going back to the Haven Hope, so it's the kitchen area. So they'll go to the kitchen area, and that's where they'll gather together, whatever their schedule is as far as that's concerned. Sure,
because our moms are still parenting the children, and food is one of the biggest components of nurturing. I think that and reading with your kids and playing with your kids. So no, they'll have free reign to go into the kitchen anytime they want. Cleaning chores will be assigned by the family life coordinator. Everyone should clean up after themselves, but like the mopping, blah, 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 that's going to be assigned on a chore chart.
Okay.
Other part of that building I didn't mention, we have a very large laundry room. Everyone will be assigned a laundry day.
Okay.
And then under the same roof, but in a private part of the building, is a family life coordinator's 2-bedroom apartment. And so it's lovely.
So the family life coordinator lives in the same building as the residents.
Right.
So
Right.
Not in the same suite complex, but attached to it. Then.
Yes.
Am I describing that?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Very good.
And this person will work Monday through Friday. It's not 9 to 5. It's a non-traditional job, but the person will have time off and time to herself, and she and I will be trading like on-call duties until we get other staff members.
Gotcha.
But we need to have someone who is available if something were to come up. But we're also going to teach folks what constitutes an emergency. Why would you call somebody after hours?
Yeah. That'd be good to learn how to do, because we've all gotten those calls at 2:00 in the morning, and you go, well, did you just turn it off, or did you just hit the whatever,
Right.
and is that really an emergency at that time? So that's going to be part of the education process, and then maybe being a little resourceful on how to solve some of these problems.
So we're asking a lot of people for this trade-off of coming to live with us and being able to get out from under the financial pressure they're under. But their trade-off is learning to live in a community setting. Not many people have lived that way.
Yeah.
And so, it is something to be considered, but we invite people to think about it because it can be very helpful for them.
Well, where can the public help out now? What does Haven of Hope Artesia need assistance with now?
We're a nonprofit agency, so we can accept cash donations. Those are always appreciated from now on. So anytime you hear Haven of Hope and you hear my name, Anita Braun, think, oh yeah, I should be making a donation to them. have I done a contribution this month? That's always going to be appreciated for us.
Okay.
We are planning a community-wide housewarming party. I will let you have more details about that as that gets developed, but I'm going to be working with a Pampered Chef consultant so we can get good quality products in there. Because we have so many people using things, we can't have cheap things because they'll break.
Right.
We need to have the highest quality we can get, so we're looking at Pampered Chef. I'm working within the schools to develop some little contests between classrooms and elementary schools to make donations to us.
Okay.
There'll be more information coming out about that very soon. But reaching out to me and to ask specific questions would probably be best. People can email me at Braun at havenofhopenm.com. And my cell phone number is 575-441-1580. Ironically, our website is very close to my email address. It's just www.havenofhopenm.com.
Okay. So easy to find that.
Yeah.
Ken, who's one of our top listeners, said that you spoke at the Lions Club yesterday.
Just yesterday, yes.
And said what an amazing and needed program here in Artesia. So
thank you. I believe that too. This is such a visionary program for a smaller town. I mean, this is addressing issues that you see in large cities. In fact, we're going to Albuquerque to visit with some people with the Women's Housing Coalition to compare notes. Okay. And make sure we're not, overlooking anything, because we are addressing big city issues in this small town.
Right.
But here the problems that we're addressing is the cost of housing.
Right.
Plain and simple. Another thing to dispel is, we're not a rehab.
Right. Very clear about that.
Very clear about that. We will not allow any alcohol, tobacco, drugs of any sort on our property. In fact, it's a smoke-free and vape-free property. We're very serious about these things.
Hey, that vape stuff is interesting. Tuesday, we went to lunch as a group, and one of our guys started hopping and jumping and jumping and hopping. And I said, "What is wrong with you?" And his little vape thingy in his pocket, the battery was overheating, was about to explode.
Oh, no.
I said, well, there's another reason not to do that.
That's never good. Wow.
So he's hopping and jumping, and I said, what's wrong with you? And he pulls his vape thing out of his pocket and took the battery out before it went boom.
Wow, how scary.
I know.
Hey, before I forget it, I brought you a gift.
You brought me a gift?
I brought you a Haven of Hope cap.
Well, there you go. This is very nice.
So when you're strutting around town, you can be...
I don't strut.
Oh, I saw you, red, dirt, black, gold.
No, I had my flip-flops on, and I just kind of saunter over. That was a fun night, wasn't it?
It was a great time.
Enjoy the entertainment?
I did.
Yeah.
I had a great seat. I could see right into the stage from our booth.
Yeah. Well, I was setting up our booth over on the other side. And I had to, one of the tables I borrowed, one of the pub tables I borrowed, had a mechanical defect, which we solved with duct tape.
Of course. Duct tape and zip ties, where would we be without them?
We'd be standing around going, what are we going to do? So, well, thank you for the hat. I appreciate that very much. Is there anything else we needed to share or talk about today?
If people are listening and they're interested, please reach out to us. I want to talk to you. We do still have space for people. We always will. There's always going to be turnover as people. So don't give up. Even if I come on here and say, we're at full capacity, don't give up on us.
Well, it sounds like you have expansion plans.
We do.
So even if not now, in the near future, hopefully that will happen.
Right.
So, and you gave the number 575-441-1580. havenofhopenm.com or a Braun at havenofhopenm.com. There's no space. I said it that way. It's just a Braun. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Anita, thank you so much for coming in. Anything else?
Oh, no, nothing other than thank you very much for allowing me to come in to visit.
I'm happy to have you here, and we'll see you here in a few weeks.
Okay. Have a good day.
All right. You too. Folks, thanks